and when we're shy, we believe we're kind of have that those butterflies in our stomach about talking to other people. This is where social media can be misleading or dangerous, because you're on social media all day connecting with people, and you think, well, I'm connecting with all these people, I'm talking to people on LinkedIn, but they haven't quite met you yet. So when someone is shy or introverted, what's some of the things they need to be doing when they're networking? How can they network?
Well, I would say first off, get your face away from the computer screen and your phone. And if it's an online event or if it's an in-person event, use the tools and the best practices that we spoke about earlier. Setting realistic goals, preparing your questions, research, know the players. you know if you need to do any practicing, practice kind of your elevator pitch, practice with people that know you and trust you, that could give you honest feedback. So you feel, even though you are naturally introverted and shy person, at least you are, again, preparing, and that you are starting on the right foot going into that event, either, again, online and or in person. I would say, when it comes to other ways of helping, when you're an introvert and shy, is volunteer. I can speak to that. I volunteer for a Pennsylvania based organization for my industry. And, it's all online. I haven't met these individuals, but I certainly have taken advantage of leadership opportunities and, co-hosted webinars, which help develop public speaking skills. And, networking certainly naturally comes with that. And, meeting new people. And again, developing that really solid foundation, and being consistent, practicing those skills, and then just got to keep at it. Not all the events are going to go the way you planned, but just don't give up.
I like how you mentioned that you go to your local events, your own personal organizations, your church, or any other organization that you're in your local town. Get out there. You got to get out there. And I think the pandemic, when people were locked down and they were able to get online, they kind of forgot those social skills. That's one of the reasons we wanted to do this interview, was about networking, getting back out of the house, getting in front of people, and just get out there and start locally. Start where you're comfortable, but just get a little uncomfortable. Go to a church event, but maybe go to an event that you don't normally go to, but it's still at your church. So you'll find people that are there that you know. But then, you may realize that there's someone else that is just normally not at those other events that you go to. And nobody, and I think people are afraid when they go to an event that they're going to be embarrassed or they're not going to know anyone, which is why we're networking in the first place, is to get to know people, and just to get out there and speaking to the introverts and the shy people. And I can be that way sometimes, depending upon the season of my life. Is you just got to break out. You just got to try something different. And as they say in the entrepreneurial world, nothing beats the power of hungry, meaning that, when you're hungry, you'll do things you don't normally do. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're searching for a job and networking, you're going to need to do things you don't normally do. And you can wait till you don't have a job and the bills are coming due, and then you start getting hungry and start doing those things. Or you can kind of adopt that mindset. What would I do when I'm hungry? What did I do before when I didn't have a job? Now I need to start doing those things now while I still have a job, so I don't end up without a job and get in that situation again. That mindset we talked about a little bit earlier, just getting out there, and it's
Mm-hmm.
easy. You just got to break out. You got to do it. Practice, practice, practice. What are some other
Mm-hmm.
ways people can practice networking? I mean, really getting out, like you said, get away from the computer, get out of your office, get out of your house. If you're a remote worker, how do people do that? What's some of the ways, the easy ways they can do that?
Well, I mean, like you said, looked for community events that may be of interest to you. Like I have a client that is part of, a organization to help with her public speaking. So, that's great. I know, me personally, was a member at one point of the Junior League, which is a great organization for women. It's both from a community based, outreach, but also making connections. So I would say find things that interest you and things that you would want to go back to. You don't want to just
Right.
jump into something like, yeah, I don't know. But, start from there and then, kind of expand. It's I think it comes down to, finding something that interests you, that you can be consistent of going, joining something that, you can regularly attend. And also potentially maybe an event that has some content that is going to actually help you professionally,
Right.
some type of speaker that you have admired and you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And take the time out, if you're working, block that time off your schedule, pay that due, that attendance fee or entrance fee, because at the end of the day that's only gonna benefit you. So the financial commitment, I think tying a financial commitment could also keep you on that right path too. So
Well, I think I like to say people, when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. Meaning they have no investment. They're not losing anything. And I agree, people's time is an investment, but I think, paying to go see a speaker or investing in a training that you need for your career, you're going to find other people then that need the same skills or have the same interests. And that's again that common thread that we talked about. They start to build a connection and building friends and doing something different and making things, which kind of speaks to our next question is